Hello, everyone, and welcome to the High Stakes Weekly Podcast. The full gang's here again. Greg, Tom, Jeff. We're a little tired, though, after a fantastic weekend of drafts and auctions. We ran another kickoff special this weekend. We gave a nice boost to 4 of our national championships. They were the Gladiator Championship, the Cutline Championship, the Best Ball Championship, and the Silver Bullet Championship. Believe it or not, we had over 1,200 signups just this weekend alone. And all of our national contests are in a great spot right now. Now, the reason we ran these promotions this weekend was to get people back in the draft room, right? Get everybody back familiar with our great best ball contests, and it really helped. The Gladiator Championship, for instance, filled 25 leagues this weekend, and we now have a chance to fill multiple drafts per night. Just filled up the 8 o'clock one tonight, or the 10 o'clock one tonight. So all is good. This is a debut contest, folks. If we break even, we're happy, right? We're trying to introduce a new format here, a new contest. So giving 30% off on that one this weekend, we'll never do it again. We'll never do it again. But we needed people to try this out, and I think they'll return. So, guys, one of the things we probably don't do a good enough job of is explaining where we are in the drafting season, updating people on how all the contests are going, especially the national contest. Jeff, I know you get questions. Hey, I only see this many leagues. How are you guys going to make budget? All that kind of stuff. Listen, we put the number of remaining spots on each contest page, but maybe that's not enough. Maybe we need to talk about this a little bit more. So, Tom, I'm going to start out with you. The NFFC Primetime has over 750 teams in it right now. Tell people that's a pretty good number, right?
It's a great number. I mean, it's 72% of our goal. The goal is 1,044 teams. We got 7 extended drafts. That's our name for our slow drafts. We got those sold out already. We sold out another live draft last night. We got another live draft tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern. So there's some spots available for that. So get into that draft tonight. Again, 8 p.m. Eastern for the live prime time. So again, 72% of the primetime contest is already sold out. So we have 7 extended slow drafts sold out compared to 5 last year. So we're ahead of the pace from a year ago. Vegas and New York selling out. I've only got 1 league left in New York. That's at 6 p.m. Eastern. And then New York will be sold out there for the prime time. So we're doing really, really well. Again, 72% full for the prime time. So we're on a great, great pace to sell out the contest there. Again, 1,044 teams in the prime time, and that will be sold out for 2025.
That's right. Less than 300 guaranteed spots left in the prime time. Like you said, Las Vegas is really filling up nice. We're going to have 6 leagues at once on Saturday at 10 a.m. on September 6th. We're going to have 3 at 1 o'clock. We've never done that before. We're going to have 2 at 4 o'clock. Man, it's going to be a great time out in Las Vegas. Okay, Jeff, the other contest that has a $250,000 grand prize is the RotoWire Online Championship. Now, people should know we already have over 2,000 teams entered with this one. Now, our goal is 4,756 teams. That means we're not even half sold out, but we all know how these last 28 days, 27 days go. Jeff, we are in the good position with this contest as well.
We're in an excellent position. And, it's one of the funny things to me. Every year I've been doing this, again, 20-something years now. And again, I'll make the same old joke I always do. I know you guys are thinking, how has this guy been doing this since he was 5 years old? But, it's one of those things where every year people are like, oh, you're behind. No, we're not. We're not. And that's been in every contest, not just the NFFC. It's been my previous stops. It doesn't seem like you guys are doing as well as this year. I'm just not sure where people get that from. And I'm on other Discords and some of my other stops. It would drive us nuts. They're like, no, we're doing a lot better. And, we're doing great here. We're well ahead of last year. We're right on pace where we are about with 2023 when we did about the 4,800 numbers. So things are looking great, and we haven't even hit the busy season yet. I always get a kick out of it. People don't understand how backloaded all of this is. I remember talking about it with the NFBC RotoWire and Rob DiPietro's Discord. It was a year ago or so, and I'm like, oh, we're well ahead of people are like, oh, we're going to fall way short. And we went way, way above budget on that contest. But just how backloaded everything is. So Labor Day weekend, the weekend's coming up, the week's coming up. There's football on television. A lot of people are just now thinking about football for the first time. I know a lot of our great customers have been doing this since February. So it's hard for them to understand that hey, look, there's some people are just now thinking about who's the number one pick in the draft or who are my sleepers. But extremely backloaded, and I think we're going to make a great run at maxing out the RotoWire online championship. So don't let that 2,000 number scare you. Don't let the number of completed drafts you see when you look at the ADP page scare you. We are in excellent shape with that contest.
Yeah, I just looked at it. There's 386 TBD entries in the RotoWire online championship. So people buy 9-packs, 6-packs, and then they start getting in. So online championship is doing really well. And we're going to keep filling up matinees, midnight owls, and keep going across the board. So good stuff there. All right, Jeff, I do have to tell you, I had lunch with Peter Schenke on Friday, and you and Jason came up in our discussions many times. So just so you know, we were talking about Mock Draft Central in the old days. So
well, that is the old days. Again, I was about 5 years old, I think. I think we were 5 years old when we were doing that.
Well, Jason must have been about 10. He's about as young looking as you are. So there you go. All right. So the Best Ball Championship just topped 1,500 teams. The NFFC $25 and $50 Best Ball leagues are over 2,100 teams. Cut line's almost 40% full. Silver Bullets got 113 spots full out of 264. So again, every contest has a long ways to go, but this is the nature of the beast. And we, the three of us, know that this is how it happens. And it all gets filled up at the end of the year. And so that's why we age in August and September. But this is going to go well. You also have to remember the Platinum sold out. 2 Diamonds are sold out. 3 Ultimate Leagues are sold out. Again, Tom, we've been doing this long enough. We know what these last 30 days are like. And it's stressful. But at the end of the day, the numbers turn out pretty good for us.
Yeah, I mean, really good. And to have all those high stakes, as we call them, leagues sold out at this point, down to the supers, the $2,500 entry. That's if you want those private leagues with the higher entry, you got to get into the supers now, because like you said, the Platinum and the Diamonds and the Ultimates are all sold out. It's great to get those all sold out now. So if you're looking for something with a little extra juice in your league prizes, it's the $2,500 super leagues that we got left right now. But yeah, to get those other ones all sold out going into August, it's a great feeling. And yeah, like Jeff said, it's all backloaded now, but these last few weeks, they're going to be hectic, but fun. Everybody's going to have a lot of fun with these last few weeks of drafting.
Yeah, we've got 5 supers sold out already, but I think there's 9 more on the registration page, so check them out. All right, Jeff, I want you to talk about the online auction championship. This is a contest that has maxed out each of the last 4 years, and we're about 80 teams above last year's pace when we did max out. Now, you watch a lot of these, and I think people love the software and they love the format, don't they?
Yeah. And the auctions are incredibly fun. Just two of them at 9:00 last night.
Wow.
So yeah, even it's still early. So if you even get 2 of the same format at the same time, it's pretty popular. And we did that last night. I think we had a 4:00 in the afternoon one on Saturday. So they're going at all different times of days. We have them listed. And again, the 4:00 in the afternoon one, I just got to tell a quick story here. I'm out running errands with my wife, and the guy monitoring that, all of a sudden I get a text from Tom Kessenich. My power just went out. Can you help? I'm like, Tom, I'm at the store. What can we do here? and I got to tell you guys, there's no more fun things in life than stressed out Tom. It's just like a whole nother level of...
How do you think he got so great?
There's a huge rainstorm here on Saturday. My entire power was out for like 4 hours.
So I took over about an hour and a half earlier on Saturday after I talked Tom off the ledge. He's like, my phone isn't charged. I'm like, Tom, you can charge it in your car, right? I'm like, go get a nice meal.
Going to sit in the car?
Well, you can put it in the car and go sit in your house. But, again, my guy Tom was cracking me up on Saturday. I trying to finish up a couple errands with the wife. And...
I'm glad you found this amusing. I had no power for 4 hours.
Yeah, a little rain in Wisconsin.
Yeah, a true pioneer.
A lot of rain in Wisconsin.
Yeah, that's too bad. That's for sure. Yeah, I was surprised that I was up north, so I didn't have the power outage like you did. But when you said you're out of power, I was like, no good.
But yeah, back on subject here. Yeah, the auctions are doing extremely well. I'm thinking we max that one out. So again, what you see in the lobby listed, I know we've had a couple of questions. Are you going to be adding? And I don't think we are. No. So what you see is pretty much what you're going to get there, and we're probably going to have to take some away at some point. We might even have more listed than we can fill with how well it's done here lately. So I got to take a look at that here over the next couple of days. So if you want to hop in an auction draft, I highly suggest you take a look. And we have plenty of options, afternoon options on the weekends, 9 o'clock at night during the week. And I think we even have a couple 11 o'clock Eastern time ones at night coming up here starting around the 15th. So there's plenty of options, but I highly suggest picking a time and joining right now if you're interested.
Yeah, definitely. That OLAC is just going to max out. There's no question. I don't think we'll be adding any. If we don't fill a couple in August, it's possible. But that one is really doing well. So keep an eye on that. So I can just tell you right now, honestly, we're 11% above last year at this time. So we are doing well, and we're going to keep on moving. We're addressing this because some people ask, and they know, they're veterans. They know how it goes in August and September. So now all is good. So, all right, one of the things that has helped us push our leagues is the live streams. There's just no question in my mind about it. And we just sold out every single live stream last week again. We sold out tonight's Beat Dave Klug RotoWire OC. That one's set for 8 p.m. We sold out the Beat Hall of Famer Chris Vaccaro live stream that I'm going to do with Chris at 10 p.m. Eastern time. That one sold out yesterday. So either they think Chris is the guppy in this one, or they just want to draft against him. But we're going to have some fun, Chris and I, tonight for sure. So, I really think these live streams are the new content in the industry. That's what I've been saying for weeks. I think people want to watch people who put their money where their mouth is and draft. Tom, why do you think these live streams are so popular?
I think it's the roster building, right? I think people want to see, first of all, they want to see, great players like Chris and Dave, certainly, who have great reputations in the industry. And Chris, obviously, a Hall of Famer who's won a lot with us. But they want to see the roster builds. They want to see how people are building these rosters and in these big contests and check it out. And I think for me, that's the most informative thing. What are you doing with pick number 6 or 7 or 8? And seeing the players that might be falling and rising in our contests as well, and checking out the ADPs. I think to me, that's the most informative way to build and to see, and see what the players are rising and falling and check it out. But to me, it's the roster builds most importantly.
Yeah, definitely. All right. Speaking of live streams, I'm going to live stream an NFFC Online Auction Championship League. We just talked about that with Jeff. Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern time. Mark Winokur is going to join me. Now, I've never live streamed an auction league before, and since I'm the voice in the auction, it's going to be really weird to hear me and then hear me and stuff. But
Greg in stereo.
This should be a lot of fun, I think. So jump on in if you want to jump into the live stream with us on the studio. I know David Keel's going to jump in with us, so we've got 2 at least. Mark and David's going to join us, so it should be a lot of fun. In fact, tomorrow night, RotoWire's Joe Bartel is also going to live stream an online auction championship league at 8 p.m. Eastern time. Jump into that league and watch the live stream while you're auctioning. So that should be a lot of fun for sure. So, all right, Tom, I know you got a featured draft for Wednesday's High Stakes Fantasy Advantage Sirius XM show. What's that all about?
Yeah, this week is going to be a cut line. So looking forward to that. A little bit of a change of pace this week. So 9 p.m. Eastern, Wednesday night. The cut line is going to be our featured draft of the week. We've already got a couple of signups for that. So I think it's about like 7 or 8 spots left. So 9 p.m. Eastern, the cut line on Wednesday night is going to be our featured draft. So if you want to head on over to playnffc.com and sign up, you can get into that. And if you want to join me on the show at 11 p.m. Eastern after the draft, these cut lines get done in about an hour and a half or so. You can come on and talk about the draft. You can email me at tom@sportshubtech.com. Send me your phone number. Come join me and Jim Coventry on the show and talk about how your draft went.
Sounds great. Let's feature that cut line. We had a good push on cut lines this weekend. We sold 10 of them over the weekend. So let's keep pushing there again. For the cut line, we're only taking 1,300 teams. We've lowered the grand prize, but we're only taking 1,300. Your chance of winning is greater than it has been in past years. And that is a fun contest, but it's time to build it back up. So let's sell it out this year, and then we'll build it up after this. All right. We're the only game operator in the high-stakes space that has 10 national championships in football with guaranteed prizes. Again, now you see why we're so gray, because we're stressing over 10 contests. Some sites have 2, 3 national contests. Yeah. You'll get there someday. Don't worry about it. But maybe we're crazy for having 10 national contests, but we got so many different formats. We think they each need grand prizes. They each need overall prizes. So we're going forward with these 10 national contests. Now, our newest one is called the Guillotine National Championship. We're the only company in this industry with an overall prize pool, and every price point, the $50, the $100, the $200, $400, are eligible for the $5,000 grand prize. Geoff, you're the one who said last year, man, the guillotines are pouring in. This was like in August when they really started coming in. And we thought about it over the offseason. We thought, you know what? We could make this really unique where they could win a good league prize and they could win the overall as well. So prizes are based on 93 total leagues. That's how many we had last year. So jump on in and compete. And, what do you think of that, Geoff? You're the one who kind of thought of this at first.
Yeah. You see the guillotine leagues mentioned more and more. Even in the podcast I listen to, I'm a big listener of the Bill Simmons podcast. And I kept hearing him say all last season, how much fun his guillotine league was that he's doing. And, we've seen the growth last year in that format. It was, percentage-wise, I think it was probably our biggest grower last year. And again, it's new. It's a format not a lot of people know. So you'd expect the growth there as people learn more and more what it is. So the whole goal was to get ahead of the curve on that and kind of, like you said, be the ones to offer the overall. And so far, so great. Every night here, we've gotten close on the $100. A couple of nights in a row, we've fallen just a little bit short. So, man, if this interests you, please hop in. I think we were at 11 to 17 each of the last 2 nights. So we just need a couple more people. And like we were talking about, with this backload of these things we're going to get that 6 extra people here over the next couple of weeks, I think. But the extended drafts are doing well. The live drafts are getting ready to take off there. And I know we talked about this when we introduced the contest. This is going to be probably the coolest championship rounds going when just to see some of these mega teams, these super teams, the last couple of weeks in this thing. It's going to be anybody's ball game, I think.
Yeah, definitely. That's what I was going to say to you, Tom. This is so interesting because let's just say Saquon gets cut in week 3, right? Somebody picks up Saquon and you're like, how does he have Bijan and Saquon on his team? And these championship rosters are going to be totally different than any other contest we have.
Yeah, that's the fun of these contests. You never know what kind of roster you could end up with in the championship round. It's not really like a keeper or dynasty league, but it's kind of a 1-year kind of thing where you could end up with an all-star, superstar roster that carries you to a championship. And so if we're playing for a grand prize, you could have that kind of a roster that just carries you in the playoff weeks and just makes it crazy fun. You never know who you're competing with for that grand prize. Somebody else could have that kind of a roster. So, I think it's going to be so much fun to see who these rosters are that are going to win the big money at the end of the year.
Yeah, lots of fun. So again, $50, $100, $200, $400, you're all getting thrown into the overall prize pool. Man, it's going to be a lot of fun. So jump into a guillotine, NFFC Guillotine Championship it is. All right. Real quickly on to baseball. I cannot believe I'm saying this, but the Brewers are the most amazing team in baseball. Not only are they the best team, they're the most amazing team. That sweep of the Mets this weekend, down 5-0 yesterday, walk-off homer. It's crazy, but enough of our Mets. Let's talk about the NFBC. Tom, who's leading our national contest in baseball?
I'm feeling really good about my Brewers futures bet. I just want to keep saying that. I'm feeling really good about that one. Doug Gruber, what a year. We've talked a lot about Doug and the year he's had in the NFBC. Just keeps rolling along. With props to Doug. He's back in front in the RotoWire Online Championship. Todd Hoppe still leading the way in the main event. Brian Beavis leading the way in the cut line playoffs. Zach Waxman, Bobcat Sarompis, they're leading a couple of national contests as we start week 21 tonight. And Aaron Jones leading the way in the Champions League qualifier.
Nice. A lot of good performances this year as well. I just got off the phone with Doug, who just signed up for football. He's having an amazing year. I congratulated him. He said, last time I looked, I don't think he ever paid anybody in August. So knock on wood, right? I said, you're right. We don't pay anybody in August. So, Geoff, quiet week of Fab again. Anybody of note that was picked up?
Yeah, Yankees pitcher Luis Gil seems to be the one that's sticking out the most. Yeah. Again, those Yankees, holy cow, you talk about the Mets getting swept. I don't know what's going on with the New York baseball right now. I know we have a lot of East Coast guys. Let's see if they can get it together. And again, I got to go back to our guy, Warming Bernabel. He's on here again. Man, oh man, I just pointed it out for his name a couple weeks ago, and he's killing it. A lot of $20 bids this week, $30 bids. So, again, you get those guys in Coors Field, all bets are off. You want those Colorado hitters this time of year.
Absolutely. All right. On the ticker below, you can see we have $100 off if you join the NFFC for the first time. since 2017. If you haven't played with us since then, you get $100 off. We've had a couple of dozen people sign up. One person signed up for the Super, another one signed up for the Prime Time. So it's great to get the first-time players in here, and even better when you get into these bigger ones. But we had a couple for the online championship over this weekend. We want new players. So use that code, save $100, and join the NFFC. You'll love the format. We know you'll be here for years and years to come. All right, that's a wrap, man. We covered an awful lot of ground. Again, we just wanted to bring you up to speed on where we are. You can see it on each contest, how many spots are left, but we are feeling good about 2025 NFFC. We promise you that, and we're going to have a great last 27 days of drafting, all right, join me on the live stream tonight with Chris Vaccaro, and then join me again on Thursday with Mark Winokur, and then make sure you join Tom and Jim Coventry on SiriusXM Fantasy Sports Radio on Wednesday night. Thanks for joining us, everybody, and have a great, great week.
Thank you for joining us on the High Stakes Fantasy Network podcast. To get in the game, go to playnfc.com.